Just in case you haven't heard, it's Pride Month, that time of year when people's personal sex lives must be celebrated, seemingly at every store in every city, online, you name it. Here's the Naval Special Warfare Command, which oversees the Navy SEALs.
In the Navy.
Yes. You know, the guys who go on missions to do things like kill Osama bin Laden. They're reaching out to celebrate Pride Month. Okay. And of course, there are all the parades. Nothing says pride quite like strutting around nearly naked at times in front of young children. It's so fun to show off your private parts to the youth. And it's not just private citizens. It seems the FBI is getting involved now, not to police things. It would be nice if we had their help on those things, but to march in the Pride Parade while wearing FBI gear. The Daily Wire's Matt Walsh has a great piece. It's behind the paywall over at Daily Wire, but it's well worth your time. Pointed this out. This is the same FBI that's launched investigations into parents who worry about indoctrination in our schools. No wonder they don't like these parents. They're the ones out on these gay pride parades showing their fannies. And speaking of children, not only is there Drag Queen Story Hour, but now popular YouTuber Ms. Rachel, this is another thing Walsh is going off about, who makes videos for babies, wants conservative parents to know she's about love, and if you don't agree with her, well, she definitely doesn't need you.
Happy Pride to all of our wonderful families and friends. This month and every month, I celebrate you. I'm so glad you're here. I'm so glad you're exactly who you are. To those who are going to comment they can't watch the show anymore because of the support, no worries and much love your way. God bless. Ugh. I am not chasing fame or views. I'm standing strong in love.
Oh my Lord. She reminds me of that little Ruby. What's her name? The one who the mom died. She had the boyfriend kill the mom. She was Munchausen's by proxy. Why am I forgetting her name? That's who she reminds me of. She's got like the little hands.
I'm not sure who you're talking about.
Come on, you guys. Where's my team?
Little
Gypsy
hands?
Gypsy Rose. That's what she reminds. The way she talks. Hold on, I'm not done.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. And that brings us to another story that will likely pop up over and over this month. Anti-Israel demonstrators, you heard Dave mention it, coming literally face to face with pride marchers. I mean, it was a clash of intersectionality at this event in Philadelphia. Watch this. It's not going well. No. No pride in genocide. They don't know where to stand. What to say, because they got the midriff bared and the keffiyeh scarf on their heads, and they're at the pride thing, but then, you know, they don't really like the gays in Palestine. Dave Rubin, make it make sense.
The village people are fighting jihadists on the street of Philadelphia. Like, what has happened here?
They needed the FBI.
Do you remember that video, it was one of the first viral videos that ever went. This is from 15 years ago or so. The little kid coming back from the dentist. I think his name was David.
Yes, he was all high.
And he's all high and he's laying back there and he turns to the father and he's like, "Is this real life?" That's what I think basically every day. Like, we literally have jihadists on the street fighting with people dressed up like the village people. And to me, I'm basically like the scientist at the end of all the Godzilla movies when Godzilla's fighting the other big monster, and it's, let them fight.
Yeah,
let them fight.
Go
you guys,
for it.
This was exactly what was going to happen if you fools, you know, because gays for Palestine is very different than Palestine for gays. And if you idiots didn't realize what was going to happen here with your intersectional matrix that you all thought it was going to be a bunch of transformers that come together to build a great robot, and this thing is going to collapse in the most spectacular way, and we're watching it happen. But, you know, Miss Rachel, so, you know, we've got two young boys.
Why does she talk like that with the little hands? Just like the little dinosaur hands, or what is it, alligator hands?
I'll send you some funny Miss Rachel videos that are not appropriate for the daytime things. Because people like take the things that she says to kids and they put them out of context. But anyway, we don't do any television with our kids, except for the first few months we did do Miss Rachel. And Miss Rachel, and it's because it's actually, she doesn't do a lot of crazy jump cuts. You can see it's thoughtful. She's doing stuff with the mouth as it pertains to speaking. Like it's really thoughtful what she does. And she's a child educator, so it's not just like putting them in front of like Blue's Clues and they're slammed with insanity.
Though
right?
I loved Blue's Clues.
We stopped anyway. Like 6 months ago, we were just like, there's just no need for TV altogether. So we don't do anything except occasionally I put on some animals and we talk about what the sounds that the animals make. But anyway, to watch her now go in this route, it makes no sense because her videos are not for kids that have any cognition as it would pertain to gender or sexuality or anything. It's not even for 5-year-olds. It's for 2-year-olds or 1-year-olds. So the idea that she felt that she had to put this video out shows you once again, the woke virus destroys everything. And then what she did, you smirked at it right at the end, where she's basically like, and if you don't agree with me, go with love. But that's not really what you mean. That's not really what you mean, because what you really mean is if you don't come along with me on this adventure, then you're the hater, but I talk like
you're
this.
The bigot.
So it sounds like love. And also, if I'm not mistaken, she's now bringing Dylan Mulvaney onto the channel.
Yes, so she's got some partner.
What?
Okay, so this is from Matt Walsh. He's got the article. Again, it's called Pride Month Madness Begins, and it's dated June 3rd at the Daily Wire. Go check it out. But he's blowing the lid off of this woman, and he says, Rachel's co-host, Jules, who identifies as, quote, a white, non-binary, trans mask human. What the fuck is that? There you go.
There we go.
What is that?
There we go. Yeah.
What is it?
I don't know.
White, non-binary, trans mask human, and claims that as a 2-year-old, she realized something's not right with her body. That's her co-host. And then he says, then Miss Rachel personally invited Dylan Mulvaney on the program to sing a song for children. So there you've got your boys sitting there innocently watching like ABCs, and boom, there's a fake woman who mocks women for a living on there singing to them probably about his girlhood.
It's just so psychotic. This is for little toddlers to hear about the alphabet. Why you would inject this. And also her thing about like, I don't do it for the clicks or whatever, something like that. It's like, it's very easy to say, lady, when if you look at her videos on YouTube.
Sure, Jan.
Oh, yeah, exactly. Sure, Jan. It's like, come on. But again, it infects literally everything. Once you let the virus in, the virus is there just like the alien to destroy everything. And my kids, we weren't watching it anyway, but they will never watch that again.
This really is sick. And he goes on to talk about how, it's like, he says the real point here is not to be loving. The real point is to encourage kids to be indoctrinated into lies and falsehoods, which they depend on them to carry through to their education systems and their work systems eventually, and so on.
Megyn, I am married to a man. We have been together for 15 years. We have 2 kids. I know that can be weird for some people. And by the way, I accept that. I don't expect the world to bow to me if people are allowed to have their own religious beliefs and everything else, as long as I'm treated legally, equally under the law. Then I'm good to go. And that was the just cause of the gay rights movement.
Yeah.
When it was just. And then unfortunately the activists the activists are supposed to stop when you get equality.
Yeah.
But then they turn it into this giant grift, which is why the second gay marriage, which was a just movement that people could have the same equal rights as everybody else. The second they got that, they moved on to this crazy trans thing because the activists, as Chris Rock says, the cops need a certain amount of crime. The activists need a certain amount of lunacy to grab onto. I fully accept that not everyone will believe in my lifestyle or anything else like that. But again, as long as I'm treated equally, I'm fine. But I'll tell you this, about 3 months ago, my sister has 3 kids, and the 5-year-old, her middle son, suddenly it hit him that there are only 2 men in the house, that we don't have a mommy in the house. And I'm sitting in the pool with him, and he said to me, he's like, Uncle David, where's the mommy around here? And I realized it was not for me to explain anything to him. So fortunately with the 5-year-old, you can just kind of change the topic really quickly. So
totally.
I just changed the topic. But then what did I do? I did the mature thing. I said to my sister as she was leaving, I said, Tal, just so you know, Ilana asked me, blah, blah, blah. And I said, you guys, whatever you guys feel comfortable with, do. But that was me doing the right thing. And yet people have outsourced their parenting to these people that will gladly confuse 2- and 3-year-olds. It's so profoundly insane. And I mean, you went through a version of this with what they were doing with your kids in school in New York and all the stuff that they saw. And again, that's not me saying gay isn't okay or anything else. You know what I mean?
Of course.
Even though I come from a place called Florida where you can't say gay, it's very weird. But like, It's just so profoundly evil. And the worst thing about it is that, as I have been welcomed into more of the right circles or conservative circles, all I get is love from these people. And then there's this weird thing brewing on the right where they're like, see, we let the gays in and now look, they're trying to trans our children. And it's
Not
like
related.
Normal gay people want nothing to do with this.
That's right.
It's actually profoundly anti-gay.
Totally. They're doing conversion therapy on gay boys. No, I think L, G, and B are starting to realize that there's
you better realize
have
quick.
to divorce from T and Q. This is not the same thing at all. Have you seen the garbage they're pushing in some public schools? Leftist propaganda, gender bending, race baiting, DEI indoctrination. What happened to real education? Parents, listen up. Many teachers are coming from leftist universities where they're taught by Marxist professors who want to indoctrinate our children. But I want to tell you about Freedom Project Academy, or FPA. FPA offers online learning with live, on-demand, and homeschool courses for students K through 12. Freedom Project Academy was built on Judeo-Christian values and classical curriculum. Students read books, they write in cursive, they study the full scope of history, the way it used to be. Right now, save 10% on tuition when you enroll at freedom4school.com. That's freedom4, F-O-R, school.com. You can check out their fully accredited courses, teachers, and request a free information packet. We can't afford to hand over another generation to the left. Take back your child's education at Freedom Project Academy. freedom4school.com. That's freedom4 school.com. Hey, thanks so much for watching. If you like what you just saw, hit the subscribe button for more clips and full episodes.